Hi Church, we're just doing a mini-series in the run-up to Christmas on alternates, and this morning I just want to speak for a couple of minutes on being active over being passive, especially at the moment. I don't know about you, but I feel like the world has been flipped upside down, and everything I've learnt about social life in the last 33 years has been turned on its head. Don't hug your mum, don't see people, don't get too close to anybody, don't go out in groups of more than 6, and especially for us as a family of 6, that is quite tricky. And I found it so easy to be passive, to not engage, to stay at home, to become insular, and just wanted to remind us and encourage us this morning that that's not what God would have for us. God is still advancing, God is still true, God is still in control, and God has plans for us individually and as a church. In Ephesians 2 verse 10, God tells us, doesn't it, Paul tells us that God has good works that he's prepared beforehand for us, that we should walk in them. And that's true even through a global pandemic, that there are good works that God has for us as a local church and as individuals. And we just wanted to encourage you this morning to keep pushing in, to keep expecting more from God. We had these amazing prophetic words at their key leaders group meeting that we had the other night. They were all about God strengthening our roots, strengthening our roots in praise for him, about how this is a time not to be silent, but actually it's a season to speak out for him. It's a season of growth for us as a church, and that God is going to be strengthening us as a body. Really exciting words. So we are called to keep pressing into him, to keep engaging with his word, to keep not giving up meeting together like it tells us in Hebrews, whether you might still have to do that online on YouTube or over the phone, or getting out to life group, getting to church. Keep engaging and keep encouraging one another. In 1 Samuel 23 verse 16, it says that Jonathan, Saul's son, rose and went to David at Horesh and strengthened his hand in God. Jonathan went out of his way to engage with David because he knew David was struggling. He needed his encouragement. If we're struggling this morning, church is the place to be. If we're struggling and we need God, church is the place to be, because people will point us to Jesus. That's the beauty of our local church. We point one another to Jesus. And if you're doing well this morning, if you feel actually you're not really struggling at the moment, like many of us might be, that you probably are one of the people God wants to use to encourage other people, to point them to Jesus when they need that pointing, because other times it will be you that need it. So please keep plugging in, expecting more from God. God is on the move in this season. He's doing a great work in our church. He's going to keep doing a great work in our town. We're so excited by the number of people on Alpha. So keep pressing into God, keep drawing richly from his word and from his truth. Keep meeting with him, meeting with the church body, and keep actively engaging in church and in God and all that God has for you in this season. Let's not be a people that are passive. Let's be a people that are looking to him and where he's going to lead us. Thanks for listening. Bye.